On to principal report.
I think this month is the first month that each of us are just going to point out something positive in our buildings. And the thing that comes to mind at Evergreen is with having new staff, some long-term substitutes in the building, people not familiar with the procedures and the expectations of the district. I can't thank the veteran teachers enough for their unsolicited coming forward and helping these teachers adjust. And it's been a very smooth start to the school year. And those veteran teachers have been an integral part in making sure that that took place. Everybody feels welcome and they're set to go.
Two things that I the first one was the kindergarten orientation, and this year, and maybe because we have a number of students this year, 21 in each class, but we had a great turnout of parents that evening, and I was just really proud of the 3 kindergarten teachers for what they were presenting to the parent. So one of the things we talked about were parents aware of the expectations that students needed to have going through kindergarten, coming into kindergarten. So they did a really nice job that evening of going through all of the curriculum, giving parents a number of great handouts and pieces of information. And then they just kept going and going. I told them after an hour they could be done, but they were so involved, but they did a really great job. And parents had lots of great questions that evening, so it was a very nice experience for parents and great conversation with teachers and parents. And the other thing I just want to say is that the teachers, a good job that they're doing in the interactive notebooks. Last June, they had a workshop with Jane Pollock as something to begin to introduce into their classrooms. And I just have to say, every classroom I go in, I'm just so impressed with what teachers are doing with the students and the work that the students are doing. And Jamie always teaches us that as principals, we go in a classroom to pay special attention to what the students are doing. And as you go to classrooms with interactive notebooks, you see how engaged the students are. They're involved in note-taking, involved in thinking skills to let teachers know what they're thinking about what they're learning. So those are just 2 really great things within the first 3 weeks of school.
What I would like to highlight over trail side is kind of like a sign of the times, changing of the guard type thing, that in the past our teachers all used to have reading buddies within our class, 6th grade with kindergartner, 5th with the 2nd, usually upper elementary, below elementary class, and they get together maybe once a week to read. One week the younger class would plan the reading activity, the next week the older class would plan the reading activity, and they do this throughout the year. Well, then as we've got more state mandates and district initiatives, and time becomes very much of a premium during the course of the week. It became from once a week to maybe once every 2 weeks, or once a month. And now it's to the point where there's just no time to have reading buddies. So as a sign of times, a number of teachers have started out with tech buddies in response to a class that Sarah Shepke taught this summer. I have 2 teachers, at least 2 teachers, one's a 6th grade, one's a kindergarten, that they are tech buddies, and they're on Twitter, and you can follow the kindergarten class at amerlinskinders.com, and also Mrs. Minch's class, and they tweet each other. They'll tweet each class. They'll send a tweet to their class from their class. So instead of getting together, it's more now virtual, where the 6th grade class will send a tweet down to their buddies in kindergarten and vice versa, and parents can follow them, and it's really kind of cute. And I will send a tweet to the class, and they get all excited. They'll bring it up on the smart board. So it's really kind of evolved, and I see how it's playing out between the 6th grade and kindergarten. I'm certainly going to hopefully encourage that throughout the building. As technology improves and we advance, and so you no longer have the face-to-face reading buddies, but more tech buddies now. Also, our 2 6th grade classes, Mrs. Minch, who is in this class, and her teaching partner, Mr. Singer, they learned about text messaging their parents, where the parents can sign for a text message, where Mrs. Minch, Mr. Singer can send out alert, book projects are due, big test, and they can send out one mass text message to all their parents. And from my understanding, it's a one-way text message. The parents they'll receive the message, they cannot reply to it, they cannot get the teacher's number, because it's a one-way message that the teacher can alert them to some big assignment or project or activity coming up in the class that day or that week. So it's really kind of a neat thing the way we are embracing technology and using it to communicate with not only our families, but communicate with teachers throughout the building. So. Questions? Thank you.
Couple, this might have more to do with Karen and Chris. First of all, my question is, how are we using Twitter? Are we opening up Twitter at the time for that use only? Because in my discussions in the past, I know we have Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, which was more. There were several different things we brought up that we want to watch on the district site. Is this going through the district? Are we opening it up only for this period of time to send a tweet down there?
Facebook and Twitter are open to staff, they're not open to student login.
Okay, so this is from staff computer to staff computer to
Correct.
staff.
Right.
Perfect, that's exactly how I like to see it.
Right.
And I hate to see we have it open now and all of a sudden we're tweeting back and forth randomly and kids are getting things.
No, it's class, teacher, through the teacher login.
Great, and then the text to the parents, how are they doing mass text on that without revealing everybody's info? And if you click on text, typically, you can't
Can you explain to the parents that we can?
I'm not sure what tool they're using, but often it's just an address that says, no reply address, and
Okay. I want to make sure that it's just like emails, so we're not revealing other people's phone numbers and text numbers.
I can
That's one thing I'm bringing
talk
up.
with them and figure that out.
Okay, great. Other than that, sounds great.
Okay, two things at Fox River. First off, all students have their computers. We did today pull 7 computers because the students don't have the appropriate paperwork, and by the end of the day, I think we're only sitting with 3 students outstanding. We've worked on the fines, and I'm working right now to finalize with the PTO with not the fines, I should say the $50 registration, and not registration, but the tech fee that they have to pay. I'm working with the PTO on that. Everybody's received their backpacks. I brought something for you to look at tonight. The kids just love them. There is a place in it for the computer, and then there's actually this is where their charger goes, so everything fits right in there. The science teachers distribute these, and like I said, the final shipment came in, 8th graders got them on Friday. So we're all set to go with technology, and this is what's been purchased, and the kids all have this year. Actually, the kids are really liking it. When you get it on your back, it's actually very light, and works out to seem a little better going in the halls. They're not swinging those bags down the halls and whipping them like this. They've got them on their back, and they have to wear them with both things on. They just can't wear them with one, so they have both on their back. So that is a technology update of where we are with that in the building. The little tidbit of Fox River for the past 3 weeks is I think you're aware, but if not, we have the 3 C's at Fox River, which is be prepared, be respectful, and be responsible. Those are our guidelines that we follow with everything we do in the building, and teachers work as those 3 key words and frame up what we do in our classrooms. We're in the process of working where we're doing that in all the building and on the bus and with technology. And my walkabouts the past 3 weeks have confirmed that there are strong classroom procedures, routines in place, they're established, which are very, very important at the beginning of the year. In any classroom, I like to believe, especially in the middle school, because that's just the foundation of where you need to go if we understand what we're all doing with being prepared, being responsible, and being respectful. The students have been encouraged, and I've observed, to assume responsibility for their learning, and there are clear learner goals up on the board with purpose and learning taking place. So my first 3 weeks of school, very, very impressed with teachers, what they're doing, with my new teachers, and the willingness of my veteran teachers, and the collaboration that's working between all the teachers in the building just to establish a very strong basis of where we're going for the year. So very pleased, and thank you to all of my teachers for the extra work they've been doing. It's much appreciated. Any questions for me?
wanted, I might know the answer already, I'm sure I do. I'm sure you warned them all on stuffing that with everything they put in the
Absolutely,
And
correct.
the first statement was,
They clearly been told there is a thing on the outside, and this is the only place for their pencils. There is going to be no pencils or pens or anything on the inside, and the way it's set up is that the computer fits into this spot, and there is room right here, and it is meant for them to have a spiral notebook or two in there, and not having any books, we don't have to worry about that. So they do, this year, have the ability to put a spiral in there, and much better. It has a double zipper that goes up on both sides, which then brings it up to the top, so much more secure for what they're doing.
great, sounds good.
I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from parents and thanking us for moving to the backpack.